Guys, big breaking news coming out. The US Commander-in-Chief administration warns of insufficient funds for food stamps. 40 plus million Americans to be impacted. Give me a second here, guys. I want to pull this up really quick here. An average of 41.7 million Americans receive food stamp benefits, or SNAP, per month, which represent about 12.3% of the U.S. population. Now, once again, these numbers, they do fluctuate, and SNAP is the nation's largest anti-hunger program. All this could be shut down if the gov shutdown does not get resolved. Alright, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Thank you again for your support. Your support is what keeps us on air. 40 plus million Americans are basically on high alert. Right, in a stark alert warning amid the ongoing gov shutdown. The U.S. Commander Administration has informed states that funding for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, commonly known as food stamps, could run dry if the impasse extends beyond October. Now, the U.S. Commander, he found some of the funds for the military, and he announced yesterday that the military, they will receive their paycheck. Now, this development underscores the broadening impacts of the shutdown, which is already poised to withhold paychecks from military personnel and trigger widespread federal layoffs. Now, whose fault is it? Well, let me bring this up really quick here, guys. The Republicans need 60 votes in order to pass this thing, all right? And yes, they do control like most of the House and the Senate. The problem here, ladies and gentlemen, is that the Republicans only have 53 seats. Say it with me, 53 seats. They need 60 votes. Now, 53, they're still missing 7. Those 7 votes could come from the left, which the left refused to give. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, is how we are involved in this gov shutdown. Because the left does not want to give their vote. Comprende? Understand? So whose fault is it? The right or the left? The left has the vote. They could end this shutdown if they want. The problem here, they don't want to give the vote unless they get something in return. And the Donald said, we ain't going to give that. Basically, millions or billions of dollars to give to those that came from the southern region illegal. Alright, so this development, once again, I read that part. So the warnings came in a letter from Ronald Ward, the acting associate administrator of SNAP, addressed to state agencies, as stated in our lapse of appropriation correspondence dated October 1st, 2025. SNAP has funding available for benefits and operations through the months of October, Ward wrote. Now, however, he emphasized the potential crisis ahead. However, if the current lapse in appropriations continues, there will be insufficient funds to pay full November SNAP. Oh, snap. This thing is about to snap. Alright, so again, November is going to be an ugly month if they don't figure this thing out, guys. It seems like a lot of people's not going to receive their food stamp in November. 40 plus million are not going to be pleased. It says here, once again, SNAP benefits for approximately 42 million individuals across the nations. Man. States have been instructed to halt preparations for distributing November benefits to recipients electronic benefit transfers (EBT) cards until further notice. The letter explains, considering the operational issues and constraints that exist in automated system and in the interest of preserving maximum flexibility, we are forced to direct states to hold their November insurance files and delay transmission to state EBT vendors. Now, a source familiar with the institution noted that prematurely loading the cards might breach the Anti-Deficiency Act, which bars federal spending without congressional appropriation. I do believe that Donald is going to find a way to fix this, even though the left right now are laughing with, holding the votes, basically holding the sleeping giants as hostage. The administration officials have placed the blame squarely on the left for the shutdown's continuation. This is on the left. They closed to shut down the gov, one official stated. And it's true because they do have the votes to give to the right, but they refused it. Donald, we will give you the votes, but we want something in return. Donald's like, what do you want? We want insurance for the illegal. Excuse me, guys. Donald's like, absolutely not. You guys lost your minds. That belongs to the sleeping giant citizens, not them. It says here they added, if they want these benefits to continue, they should join the right in voting to open the gov next week. The potential disruption to SNAP echoes concerns for other vital programs like the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program, SNAP, for women and young ones, which could also face funding shortfalls and a prolonged shutdown. Millions of low-income families, mothers, and young ones rely on these initiatives for essential nutritional support, highlighting the human cost of political gridlock in Washington. It's like Pence says, you can't play politics with people's lives. You just can't do that. And that's what they're doing. Well, more towards the left. Stop playing games. Stop playing games. Stop playing games because we did nothing to you guys. Stop playing games. You guys don't have to feel the pain. You don't have to feel the fire. You guys are set for life. You have money. You have mansions. You have security. You have the best insurance. You have everything. You have received your reward on earth. But stop punishing the poor. And that's what you guys doing. So, the poor gets poor. The rich get richer. The poor has been through a lot already. Enough is enough. You know what's crazy? I'm seeing all these for sale signs, houses, foreclosures. I mean, it's just sleeping giant citizens are suffering. Suffering. You can't blame on the Donald. This has been going on for way before Donald. We had a beautiful empire. We stood for God, one nation under God, and now all of a sudden, we have become a nation that pretty soon is going to go under. What are your thoughts on this, guys? What are your thoughts? Leave comments down below. Give me a second here. Give me 1 second, guys. Once again, following the start of a gov shutdown in October 2025, the U.S. Commander-in-Chief Administration warned states that the SNAP benefits will not be fully funded if this shutdown extends beyond a month. In a memo sent to state agencies and other agencies, stated that there will be insufficient funds to pay full November benefits for approximately 42 million individuals if the lapse in funding continues. So November is the big one. You guys possibly won't get your SNAP or food stamp. Please share this video. Please share the video. Like the video. The more like, the better. YouTube will share videos to people out there. If I have an amount of like, this news needs to be put out there. Now, Social Security is a whole different ballgame. I don't think that's gonna impact anyone. But when it comes to this is a again, this is something that was given to the people by politics. All right, Social Security is something that we pay throughout our entire lifetime of working, so they can't touch that. But this one here is a whole different ballgame. Just like vehicles. Vehicles is a privilege. I mean, again, all that could be taken away from us too if they want. They could strip that away. The Gov shutdown, the federal Gov began, we already know that, October 1st, and boy oh boy, a month to remember. Recipients, while October SNAP benefits were not immediately affected, full payments for November, warning, are at risk. November. Other aid programs, the shutdown also affects other federal food assistance programs such as the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women Young Ones. The U.S. Command Administration has temporarily redirected some tariff funds to support WIC, but the long-term impact of the shutdown on these programs remains uncertain. Donald has to use the tariff money, something that could have gone to saving it, for something else, but the left refused to give the vote, and now we are using funds from tariff to pay out these women's and single mothers raising young ones. That goes to tell you that the U.S. Commander, Donald's heart, cares about the people. He's giving money to them, something that is very hard to do, and he found a way. He found a way to even pay the militaries. That goes to tell you that he's a great commander. The other side, the left, they are just refusing to help. So November is the big month. Give me 1 second here, guys. So 41.7 million. That's a big number. That is a big number. I'm just looking for more updates here, guys. And this is why we tell people, this is why we tell a lot of people that you need to prepare, to prep, because you cannot just rely on these gov. You can't rely on them. You can't put your trust in them because of stuff like that. Stuff like that. And we've been sounding the alarm. Of course, a lot of people call us fear mongers and stuff like that. And now look. 40 plus million could lose their benefits November. This is not fear monger. This is a lesson to many sleeping giant and people around the world. You have to do your own thing. You have to grow your own food. You have to, again, you can't rely on no one. Give me a second here. Alright, so it seems like this is all of it. I'm trying to see if I can find any more updates, but again, Scope is the one, Axios put out the information. The U.S. Command Administration warns of insufficient funds. USDA warns shutdown will soon threaten funding for food benefits. Ooh. WIC SNAP benefits at risk in Georgia if shutdown continues. Whoops, let me make this a little small so you guys have a better view. There we go. Food assistance programs may be at risk if Congress is unable to reach a funding agreement to stop the gov shutdown in the coming weeks. Why it matters? Well, millions of mothers and young ones and low-income families who rely on WIC, WIC, and SNAP, commonly known as food stamps, could lose that support in a long-term shutdown. That's Georgia. Shutdown could hit SNAP and WIC. Tennessee awaiting federal guidance. Tennessee. Gov food assistance program may be at risk if Congress is unable to reach a funding agreement to stop the shutdown in the coming weeks. Why it matters? Millions of mothers and young ones and low-income families who rely on WIC and SNAP. Okay, we already know that. In Tennessee, nearly 1 in 10 people get supplemental nutrition assistance program benefits per data from last year. That's more than 668,000 residents across the state. Wow. WIC and SNAP benefits at risk for millions. All right, so we already talked about that, but all right, so that's where we at right now, guys. That is where we at. Please share the video. I'm gonna share that link in the description box. Prepare yourself spiritually, physically, mentally. And here's the thing: I'm not saying that they're gonna end it in November. All I'm saying is, if they don't figure something out before November, things are gonna hit the fan. I believe that the U.S. Commander-in-Chief, he will find something, and is gonna continue giving these SNAP, WIC, food stamp to 40+ million out there. And but the left, they need to give the votes. They need to stop. They need to stop. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Till next time later. Peace.